This conference will now be recorded.
So last class we discussed Python introduction. Introduction to Python. And we discussed what are the features of Python. And also we discussed what are the top 10 reasons to learn Python. Okay. Now, so today, first 10 minutes, I'm going to repeat the last session and then we'll see about today content. So today agenda is first Python installation, and how to execute programs in Python, and what is the course content. So these 10 days what I am going to discuss. Okay, so this is what we are going to discuss today. So first, guys, whoever joined new today, okay, so I will share the yesterday recording. Also, just I will repeat the same session, just 10 minutes I will repeat the same session. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So what is Python? Oh, Python is one of the high level programming language. Okay. So here the purpose of language is a communication. So here human is interacting with the computer by passing instructions. Okay. So here computer language three categories: mission level language, assembly language, and high level language. Mission level language is computer understandable language, which is zeros and ones. The second one is assembly language. So this is a processor level. So they're microprocessor and microcontroller. So high level language is English statements. So the language which you are written, C language, C, C++, Java, Python, everything comes under high level language. So here we are using complete English statements and we are passing instructions to the computer in terms of English statements. Now, these set of instructions, we can call it as a program. Okay, so here human is going to write in high level language, but computer can understand only mission language, nothing but low level language. Then who is doing this translation? Which is done by interpreter and compiler. Okay, what interpreter is going to do is which can convert line by line execution. If any error occurred, so it is going to stop the program and it will display error, it will not proceed further. Okay, interpreter is line by line checking. So the same thing compiler is going to execute, scan the whole program and display at a time. And here Python is one of the high level programming language. Okay, so which was developed by Guido van Rossum. He's from Netherlands scientist. So he's still alive. Recently, he retired from the Dropbox. So he's a chief architect in Dropbox. And he started implementing Python in 1980s. And the first release was happened in 1991. In those days, there is a popular comedy series called Monty Python Flying Circus. He was very interested to that one, and based on that, he introduced his language name as a Python. Okay. Now, so why should I learn Python? There are many languages are available. Okay, there are many languages are available. Then why should I go for Python? So what are the top 10 reasons to learn Python? Okay. So first one is Python is completely open source. Okay, even in production also you don't need to pay any license kind of thing. Completely you can open source. You can install and you can play with that. Next, as I said, Python is one of the high level programming language. Python is interpreter. So by internal it is having both interpreter and compiler. I will tell you that one. Large community, many forums. It's been nearly 30 years. Many forums are available for Python to do any discussions. So if you are facing any issues, you can post your query over there. Someone will respond worldwide. The forums are worldwide forums. Portable and extensible. Portable means a platform independent. You can develop a code in one operating system and you can use the same code in other operating system. Consider you are writing a Windows operating system. Without making any changes, you can execute the same code in Unix operating system, Mac OS. Extensible means we can integrate with Python with other languages. So consider Jython. Jython is one of the language, one of the software. If you install Jython, there you can write a code both Java and Python. Similarly, Iron Python, .NET plus Python, Iron Python, C plus Python, normal standard Python. Web development area. If you want now, so after learning this Python, how it can help you? Okay, if you want to move your career into web development, there it is already having a frameworks called Django frameworks, Flask frameworks, Pylons, Web2Py. These are all popular frameworks nowadays. So this is similar to Springs in Java. Using Springs, you can develop a websites, right? Frameworks. The same thing here you can do with Django. So here web scraping we can do, and also REST API, Django REST API. Okay, so this is one of the REST API is one of the very popular nowadays. Okay, so Django REST API. So website web development related also you can move. Artificial intelligence. So if you want to move your career into artificial intelligence, Python will help you, because there also we are having a libraries in Python. So the main advantage of Python is, okay, the main advantage of Python is it's a libraries. Library means a predefined set of code. Someone already written a code, you just use that one. Okay, so here artificial intelligence related, if you go for any image processing, so image processing related, they already written a code how to capture a image, how to process an image. Just you have to use that one. The code is written in Python. The code is written in Python. You have to customize that one based on your requirement. Okay, so even if you go for AI area, there we have a libraries called scikit-learn, Keras, TensorFlow, OpenCV. So those libraries are in Python. To use those libraries, you should be strong in Python. Computer graphics. So if you want to move GUI, if you want to implement any static application, okay, any billing softwares, okay, only any that particular system purpose. If you want to do any applications, you can go for Kinter module. Module or library means same. Jython and WX Python, you can go for any mobile applications. Games development, if you want to implement a games, you can go for Pygame library. Okay. So every area we have a libraries. Testing related. So if you are already a manual tester, then how my course will help you to move into automation testing. So to do automation testing, earlier people are using Selenium with Java. Okay, the same Selenium with Python we can do. So in Java, so there we are using WebDriver in WebDriver jar in Selenium with Java. The same library here also available, but the advantage here is less lines of code. Okay, number of lines when compared to Java, it is very less. Big data Hadoop area. So if you want to move your career into data background, okay, for suppose you are a ETL developer, okay, you want to next level is come into Hadoop. So there Hadoop also, in Hadoop also, we are having a libraries PyDo, Dask and PySpark. Okay, now ETL testers, ETL developers, they want to move their career into next level. So Hadoop is the one of the platform, one of the area. So here also you have to write a scripts in Python. Okay, nowadays each and every area. So whether you go for any development related, testing related, deployment related, okay, DevOps related, any area, coding is mandatory. At least basics of coding should be mandatory. Whether you are a testing guy, network people also, now they have to write a scripts. Admin people also. Okay. So Python is having libraries in each and every area. So that's why nowadays Python become very popular. Okay. So and there is no prerequisite to learn Python. Okay. So this is completely beginners language. Even 8th class, 9th class students are also can learn Python. Okay, such a easy language it is. Script automation. You can do automation scripts in Python. Okay, any schedulers we can so generally we have a schedulers like a control M jobs or Tivoli next to TWS. Okay, so those scheduling also we can write automation scripts in Python. Okay, so Azure Data Factory and all. So earlier people are writing shell scripts. Okay, so to do any automation, to do deployments. Now the same thing people can write Python nowadays. So, and also, as I said, many projects are conversion projects. So they are having scripts in 1980s, 90s, 2000. Okay, now they want to convert those scripts into Python. Okay, those scripts into Python. So for suppose example, if you want to connect it to any server, earlier we are using FTP connectivity, okay, SFTP connectivity. The same here we have a library called Paramiko. Using Paramiko directly you can connect it to the servers. Data science area. So if you want to move your career into data science, so nowadays this is one of the popular machine learning and data science. Even in those, even in this area also we have a libraries called NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn. NumPy, numerical Python. Pandas, here we have a data frames and all. So we can see data in tabular format. Matplotlib, charts representation. Seaborn, visualization. Here, now the day, so to implement a models, we have some predefined algorithms, predefined models related. So to use those models, okay, so we have to first pass the data. The data related, we have to do certain operations like cleaning, transformations and all. Okay, so algorithm related, they already provided, but you have to pass the data. To pass the data, we have to do some cleaning operations. Okay, those things we can do in these libraries: NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, and Seaborn. So even if you go into a data science area, first they will start these libraries. Okay, to understand these libraries, to implement these libraries, first you should be strong in Python. So here the ultimate is first be strong in Python. Later you can go any one of the area. And these are all popular giants: Google, YouTube, Instagram, NASA, okay, Raspberry Pi, IoT related, Facebook, Dropbox. Everybody already started implementing Python. And so here are the areas: web development, artificial intelligence, testing related, graphics related, games related, cyber security, robotics. If you want to go into robotics area also, they have a library called Pyro. Networking related, next web scraping, data science, DevOps. So this animation related softwares, reports, Tableau with Python, big data, Hadoop, script automation, okay, cloud environment, and here schedulers like schedulers also. I'm not forgetting. So cloud environment, AWS, Google Cloud Platform, Microsoft Azure, everywhere we have a libraries. So all those areas we are using Python. So to go any one of the area, first you should be strong in Python. So this is what I repeated as yesterday we discussed. So I will share the yesterday recording also, guys. Don't worry. So today we'll run first Python installation. So
Yes,
Python.
sir.
Yeah, hello.
Sir, recordings provide same group, sir.
Regarding also I will provide over an email. Okay. Yes, so the
Okay.
you already registered, right? The same email I am going
Yes,
to
sir.
share. So don't
Okay,
misuse
okay.
that recording video. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
here, yeah, thank you.
So how can we get the recordings? From where will we get the recordings?
I will share over email. Okay. I will share the link. Okay, you just download that one. I will share the link.
Okay,
You
sir.
can.
No, sir, I'm not asking about the installation. I'm asking about the recordings.
Recordings related, you can get this complete video as a link to your email. You can download from your email. Okay, just click that one, it will be downloaded. First go to python.org. Here downloads. Python 3.8.3. Guys, please don't install now. Okay, first observe my installation process. Okay, so just click this one. Okay, it will be downloaded in your system. Okay, now don't do installation. First, let me complete. Okay, now in your downloads folder, you can see this icon. Okay, I will share this document here. This document is old one. So here you can see Python 3.82 like this. Now here go to downloads, Python 3.8.3, which is a latest version. Okay, once you click this one, here in the downloads folder, you can see icon like this. In the downloads folder, you can see this one. Now just double click this one. Okay, understand here guys. Just double click this one. You can see this window. Here make sure to check this box. Add Python 3.82 path. Okay, make sure to check this box and then do install now. Okay, so in your downloads folder, you will get this icon. Just select this checkbox and then install now. That's it. Okay, now
Sir, I have a
set up.
quick question, sir.
Yeah.
In my office laptop, they have provided us with Python 2.7.13. That
Yeah,
should
you can
work.
use that one also. You can use that one also.
Sure. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And also for Unix guys, okay, you are who are already working on Unix environment, by default Unix and Max Python is installed. Okay, so Windows environment we can install. You can use any one of the version guys. Okay, so I will tell you that one. So here what this one take care. Okay, add Python to 3.8 to your path and install. That's it. Setup in progress and setup was successful. Simple process. So make sure do this one if possible. And also here you can see Python versions, Python 2.x and Python 3.x. Okay, so earlier before Python 1 and second version, so after some version they are having Python 2.4 for suppose. So here also they are started Python 3.1, 3.2 like this. Okay, 3.4. So here Python 2.5 for suppose. Okay, Python 2.6. Parallel these versions are implemented. So after Python 2.7, they stopped this one. Okay, second version they stopped. Only Python 3. Python 3. Versions they are implementing. 3.5. Okay, similar way we have nowadays we have Python 3.8. 3.9 is also going to release very soon. Okay, so here the what is the version differences is they can have some adding some features. Okay, some any functions, predefined functions, modules. Okay, they are added that one. So Python 2. Whatever you can drive.
Will you be sending these recordings?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So Python 2.7. Okay, this was stopped. So if you are using Python 2.7 and Python 3.8, everything is same. Okay, everything is same. Okay, so now I am using latest version. You can use this latest version first. So here I said right. So setup in progress, setup was successful. Now, how to check Python is installed in your system or not? How to check Python is installed in your system or not? Go to search here CMD command prompt. Now just type Python here. Okay, just type Python here. Press enter. It will go to Python prompt. It will go to Python prompt. Now to come out of this one, exit. Okay, exit. Okay, this is one way to check. Or after installing Python in your system, okay, after installing Python in your system, type IDLE, integrated development environment. Okay, just double click this one. Guys, for you it will be, so here if you observe IDLE, mine is 3.8.2. okay, sorry, here you can see 3.8.2. mine is a older version. For you it will be Python 3.8.3 and the font size is different. I changed my font size. Okay, so I'm repeating once again. Search here, type IDLE, you can see this application. Just click this one. Here you can see a window like this. Okay, here you can practice. Now, single line commands you can practice here. How to execute multi-line commands I will tell you. Okay, observe. I'm going to execute a print statement. Welcome to Python world, not hello world. So this is similar to print statement is similar to other languages. So this print statement in C language you are going to write printf. In C++ you are going to write cout. In Java system.out.println. Okay, so the same thing in Python we have to use print. We have to use print. Okay, welcome to Python world. So here make sure you have to specify the content in single quotes, double quotes, triple single quotes, or triple double quotes. Now observe print. Python is open source. Python is open source. Okay, so here you can use the double quotes also. Now this is a single line statements. Line by line we have to execute. Okay. Now the same thing here you can write triple single quotes also. Python is portable. Python is extensible. Okay. Now, for suppose this is a single line statements. You can execute the single line statements here. Now, for suppose I want multi-line statements, means all programs print statements I want in a single file. How can do? Okay. Here if you observe, there is a option file. Okay, file, new file. So here you can see an empty file. Here you can see an empty file. Next here file, save as. Maintain one folder, pictures. So I am maintaining here. I created one folder, Python 7am. So in this PC, I created one folder, pictures. There I created one folder, Python 7am. So here I am creating welcome.py. Okay. Now you can see the same file here in pictures 7am welcome.py. Guys, try to maintain a standard folder. Okay, try to maintain a folder, whether it is in desktop, C drive, D drive, whatever. Okay, maintain one folder. The folder should be in such a way that after 1 year or 2 years, if you open that folder, you should be in a position to understand the script, understand the flow. Okay, so whatever the documents I am going to share, whatever the assignments, whatever you completed the assignments, whatever the programs you have written, everything maintain in this folder. Okay, so the folder should be in such a way that after 2 years, if you open this folder, you should be in a position to understand each and everything. Okay, so the programs, maintaining file structures, everything like that. Okay, now here you can see .py file. Now the same thing in Java, C language .c. So here in Python you have to save the file with the .py extension. So there is one standard like that. Okay, it is not mandatory to store with the .py, but the best practice is save the file with .py extension. Now, here you can write your Python statements. So here you write welcome to Python world. Python is open source. Guys, here you can write in single quotes, you can write in double quotes, or you can write in triple single quotes. save the file.
Sir,
Now-
is this the order of writing?
No, you can write anyway. So okay, don't get confused. So you can write like this. I didn't expect this question, but no problem. Okay, so you can write any, sir. It is not mandatory to use this one. So just I am writing all in double quotes. Okay, don't get confused. Okay, don't get confused. Here you can write both single quotes, both double quotes, both triple, both. You can use anything. Now here, when you are typing, you can see star mark here because you are, means you are not saving the file. Now once you save the file, okay, now the star mark will go on. Okay, means now you save the file. Now how to execute this file? How to execute this file? Go to run module. Okay, so go to run module. Okay, so just I'm executing once again. Run module. Okay, now here this is the way you have to do in ideally.
Sir,
Now-
this is not happening when we are using single quotes while opening a new file.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your question.
Sir, the program which you typed print double quotes, welcome to Python world.
Yeah,
Sir, this is not being executed. So what is the process of executing it?
go to run and select run. Okay, go to run, select run module. Okay, so here you can see the output. Left side you can see the output, right side is just to run this one. Okay, now guys, so far we executed in IDLE. Like this, you can execute a programs in your notepad and any text editor, any Sublime Text, any this one Visual Studio, any Visual Studio. You can go for any text editors. Okay, Eclipse, IntelliJ, PyCharm, and any notebooks, Jupyter notebooks. So here I am going to explain with the IDLE, Notepad, Jupyter
Sir,
notebook.
shall we use Jupyter notebook, sir?
What I am saying, I am discussing the same thing, right? You can executing in the Jupyter notebooks and you can execute in the PyCharm. Okay, can't you wait 2 minutes? I am explaining the same thing, right? So here we can execute these programs in IDLE, Notepad, Jupyter Notebook, PyCharm, or any text editors like Eclipse, sorry, any editor, any this one, Eclipse, IntelliJ. Okay, so likewise we can do in multiple. Okay, so here you can see Python editors. So you see here there are multiple editors. Everywhere you can practice. Okay. Now, so how to execute in? So far we discussed in IDLE. So how to execute? I am repeating once again, guys. Whoever joined late, just understand. After installing Python, so installation also what you have to take care is. Just I am repeating once again. Whoever joined late. So go to python.org downloads. Here you can see Python 3.8.3. For you in the downloads folder, you can see Python 3.8.3. Downloads folder Python 3.8.3. Just click this one, it will be downloaded. Now in this your downloads folder, just double click this one. Here you can see this window. Here make sure check this box. Okay, so if you are not able to, if you are not doing this one, now Python I mean in the command prompt you cannot able to run, then you have to set up that one manually in your system variables. Next install. Now just click this one. Now setup in progress and setup was successful. After this one, how to check whether Python is installed in your system or not? Go to your command prompt. Okay, so how to go to your command prompt? Type cmd. Just type Python, enter. Okay, so here it is in the Python prompt. Now here also you can execute your statements. Okay, here also you can execute. Okay, now Python is installed in your system. Now one way is you can practice in IDLE. So here just type IDLE. You can see this application. Just to open this one here. So if you have a single line statements, you can execute here. Okay, for suppose A equal to 10, B equal to 20, C equal to A plus B. Okay, C value 30. Now this set of statements, single statements, you can write a program, a single program. So here, file, new file. Okay, so first save the file. Save the file. Maintain one standard folder. I am maintaining a folder here, sample.py. Okay, so here I am writing my statements. Name is okay. Guys, you can write in single quotes, you can write in double quotes, you can write triple single quotes, whatever you can write any. Okay, now how to execute this program? So after typing the files, after writing a statements, make sure save the file, Control S, save the file. Now go to run or run module. Okay, whatever the statements you have written will be executed. Okay, now so here take one assignment. Okay, write a program. Self introduction using print statements. Okay, so I want output. Okay, name is Srinivas, location is Hyderabad. Okay, so next just a 5 print statements. Okay, next mobile number is, okay, mail ID is, so something. Okay, so write anything. Next, so just a print statements. I want 5 print statements, and I want this screenshot. Okay, so here if you're executing this one, here you can see this one, right? Okay, now I want this screenshot. Okay, output screenshot I want. So that I understood that you installed Python. Okay, so whether you are executing command prompt, whatever, notebook, whatever. Okay, so far I discussed IDLE. So use IDLE and provide just print those statements and provide the screenshot to this email ID, so that I understood that you installed Python. Okay, now here we can discuss a few things about print statements. Okay, now observe print. Name is Srinivas. So as I said, so it is in the double quotes. Whatever you are written in the double quotes will be printed as it is. Okay, whatever you are written in the double quotes will be printed as it is. For suppose observe here. Now here I started with the double quotes. Name is Srinivas. Now I ended with the single quotes. Now here started with the double quotes, ended with the single quotes. Now observe syntax error. Both should be same. Both are single quotes or both are double quotes. Okay. Now for suppose my requirement is I want to write a print statement like this. Welcome to Python world. So here I want output welcome to Python world. Now output I want in double quotes. Okay, I want output in the double quotes. So here observe welcome to Python world. Here this is normal printing. Now I want this one in the double quotes. Okay, now observe welcome to, I want double quotes, right? Python. Okay, now observe it is throwing error because here this compiler unable to understand is this is your string or is this is your string, because everywhere you have a double quotes, it is unable to understand that one. Okay, to avoid that one, what I am going to do is print. Here I am starting with the single quotes welcome to, here I am putting this one in the double quotes world. Now compiler understand, so this is single quotes is started with here, so this is the complete string. What is string I will tell you. Now here whatever you want to maintain in the double quotes, you can maintain that one in the double quotes. Welcome to Python world. Okay, now so here we can use the single quotes and double quotes like this. Okay, now what is the purpose of triple single quotes and triple double quotes? Okay, so here observe print. I want output nested lines output, means if you mention triple quotes, here you can write, okay, you can write nested line. Okay, Srinivas. Okay, next I mean, wait. So here triple single quotes end. Now this is a multi-line statement. Okay, this multi-line statement you can see like this. Okay. Now the same thing if you go for, if you write one double quotes, now if you write enter or see for suppose Srinivas, if you press enter it is going to throw error. Okay, so multi-line statement for suppose address you want multi-line statement, right? Okay, those things you can go for triple single quotes or triple double quotes. Okay, for suppose my requirement is I want a message like this. Okay, I want message, enter your choice. Okay, one is login, second one is registration. So this is a print statements I want. Instead of writing individual print statements, okay, instead of writing individual print statements, what I can do is, okay, here I am writing triple single quotes. Now entire statement I can write, I'm sorry, entire statement I can write in single shot. Okay, now observe. Okay, now so multi-line statements you can write like this. So the same thing if you want to write, you can write like this also. Print, enter your choice. Okay, next print one login. Print two registration. So you can write like this, but here you have to write multiple statements. Now instead of that, I can write a single statement. Okay, so here simple, sir. If you want to write a multi-line statement, multi-line print statement, then you can go for this one, triple single quotes or triple double quotes, or directly you can use single quotes or double quotes. Okay, so here I want this one output. That is one thing. Okay, now for suppose here observe print line 1, line 2, line 3. So multi-lines. Okay. Here this is the way of writing your statements in your IDLE. Okay. Now the same thing we can use in a notepad also. First, open Notepad. Okay. Consider I'm opening Notepad. So here I'm going to save the file. First, to save the file. So I already maintain one folder structure, right? 7 a.m. here. File1.py. Now I save the file with file1.py. Now here I am writing a print statements. Okay, name is location is Hyderabad. Okay, now print area is okay. Save the file. Now here this is a text file. Okay, now you can see here just now we created right here file1. So when you save the file with the .py extension, the image is going to change. Okay, now how to execute this one? How to execute this one? Go to command prompt cmd. In this command prompt, type python space your file path. Where is your file? Okay, where is your file? Now here this is your file, right? Go to properties, take this one. Okay, slash sample. So what is your file name? File1, right? File1.py. Okay, so python space file1.py. Now whatever the statements are there, it is going to execute. Okay, I am repeating once again, guys. Okay, go to Notepad. Now write your statements. Print line 1, print line 3. Okay, save the file. Save as. Now here I maintain one folder structure pictures on 7 a.m. So here file2.py. Now save the file with file2. Now go to your command prompt. So here python space your file path. Okay, here it is file2. Execute this one. Line 1, line 2, line 3. Guys, here it is not mandatory to use a Python, so you can use py also. Py also. You can see this one. So you can execute using Python or you can execute using py. Okay. Now, one more thing. So in the same way in the Notepad, I am going to take one more Notepad. Here I am writing statements. File 3. I am not saving with the .txt .py extension, just file 3. By default, it is going to store .txt file. Save. Okay. Now print. Okay, Hyderabad. Print Chennai. Save the file. Now if you observe, the file is a .txt file. The file is a .txt file. Now we can execute this one. Okay, so what I said, you have to go to command prompt and take the file path. How to get the file path? Go to here, properties, and take this file. Okay, take the properties, complete file path. Okay, python space your file path. Here, what is your file name? File3 .txt, right? So your file name is file3.txt, right? .txt. It is executed. So it is not mandatory to use .py file, .py extension, but people are maintain a standard. Okay, people are maintain a standard. So learn using best practices. So save the file with the .py extension. Okay.
Sir, in all the three cases, we use only text documents.
I'm sorry. Can you come again?
Sir, in file 1, 2, and 3,
Yes.
the first two files are coming as Python file. The third file is coming as text document, whereas
Yes.
the input was same.
So yes. Actually, I save this file with the .txt extension. So here simple sir, extension is doesn't
So
matter.
what is the difference in saving?
No, nothing. So just I want to let you know, okay, we can use .txt files and we can use .py files so that I can explain in both. There is no difference. But people are maintaining a standard. Okay, people are maintaining a standard. Save if you have a Python code. Okay, now save the file with the .py extension. Now if I open someone, if we open like this, now here they are not able to understand whether it is a Python file or like this. Now based on this file name, see if you save the .py, you can see one image here, so that I can say this is a .py file. Okay, you can execute here, but people are maintaining a standard use like this. Okay.
Can you change the text document to the Python file?
Yeah, so here file save as, okay, this one I'm going to save it to .py file. Okay, now you can see here .py file. So this is .py extension, this is .txt. Okay, don't get confused.
So if
Don't,
we do not add any extension, it is mandatory by default text document.
yeah, notepad, if you write anything in the notepad, okay, by default, if you write anything in the notepad, by default it is a, okay, .txt extension. By default it is .txt extension. So make sure the best practice is try to save the file with the .py extension. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So here open notepad, write your Python statements, save the file with the .py extension, and then go to your command prompt and Python space. Okay. So here you can see Python space your file path. Okay, or you can use py space your file path. Okay, so this is the way of executing a program. Okay, okay, Python course content. Now what I'm going to discuss these 10 days sessions. Okay, what I'm going to discuss these 10 days sessions. So here Python related we have a core Python and advanced Python. Okay, so actually there is only one Python. Okay, now here in the Hyderabad Amirpet market, they are divided like this: core Python and advanced Python. So now here, so what I'm going to discuss in this core Python. Okay, so these 10 days I'm going to discuss only core Python. Okay, what I'm going to discuss. So to go for any programming language, there are some basics. Whether it is C language, C++, Java, Go language, whatever, any programming language, there are some basics. Now, first, I'm going to discuss about introduction to Python. Introduction to Python. Next, I'm going to discuss about Python installation. Next, how to execute programs in Python. Then, so first I'm going to discuss about identifiers. Identifiers are names of variables. Okay, so here names of variables, function name, class names, and all. So what are the rules? Okay, identifiers and the rules while declaring identifiers.
Sir, can we say that identifiers are the process to check that the app is installed?
Madam, next class I will tell you, madam. Okay, wait. Variables. Okay, so variables related, how to declare a variables, what are the best practice to declare a variables. There are different, I mean, here in Python, we can declare multiple variables at a time. Okay, so how to declare multiple variables, how to use multiple variables, all those things I will discuss in the variables concept. Next, I am discussing about data types. Okay, so we are having input function. I'm discussing input function. Then I'm going to discuss about data types. So in the data types, we have different categories of data types. A none type, next in numbers. In numbers, we have int, float, and complex. Next sequence. In the sequence, we have string, a list, tuple, a range, byte, byte array. And then we have a set. In the set, we have set and frozen set. And map. In the map, we have a dictionaries. Okay. So each and everything I'm going to discuss with multiple examples, and each and every concept related I can provide you assignment. Okay. Next, operators. So arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators, membership operators, bitwise operators. Okay, all those operators related I'm going to discuss. And then I'm going to discuss command line arguments. And I'm going to discuss about types of statements. Okay, statements. The first one is conditional statements. So here in these conditional statements, if else, else if, and else. So each this one I have a multiple assignments on this one I can provide on this. And then I'm going to discuss about transfer statements. So which is a break and continue. So these are similar to any programming language, guys. If you go for C language, whatever the data types, whatever the operators, okay. So there are also conditional statements. And here next I'm going to explain about loops. In the loops, for loop and while loop. So for with if else condition, for with else condition, okay, nested for loops, all those things I'm going to discuss. Similarly while loop also. So next I'm going to discuss about string operations. So here in details, so just I mentioned data types here. So here there are multiple methods or strings. Next, I'm going to explain about list operations, then tuples, and then dictionaries. Okay, so these are all I'm going to explain. Okay, so this is basics to any programming language. So once you are strong in this one, okay, at least you can be able to understand 30 to 40% of any Python code. Okay, if you see any code in the GitHub or everywhere, at least you will be in a position to understand 30 to 40%. Okay, so each and every concept related, I will give you soft copy. I will give you assignments. Okay, so these are all only this core Python I'm going to explain as a complementary course for 10 hours. Okay, so advanced Python course related, I will discuss this one later. So after this core Python, I will discuss that. Okay, now tell me any doubts.
శ్రీనివాస్ గారు, ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఏ డౌట్. నాకు నిన్న మీ వీడియో వచ్చింది, ఈమెయిల్ కి సెండ్ ఉంది, బట్ సాఫ్ట్ కాపీ రాలేదు. సో హౌ వి కెన్ డౌన్లోడ్ ద సాఫ్ట్ కాపీ?
PPTs I am not sharing, sir. So whatever the core PPT content is there, right? That content I have written in the notes and I will share that notes to you. Today I will share that.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
And who joined? Yes, sir.
Yes,
Tell me.
When we are executing this print command in IDE, okay, we are throwing error name print is not defined. So do we need to define anything?
So can you check this first? Can you check the spelling once and small letters? Okay. Okay. So I will connect you. So after this class, I will connect you. Or can you please send a screenshot to this one?
Sure. Okay.
01@gmail.com. Guys,
Okay.
even though it looks simple, okay, the print statements, even though it looks simple, but try to do practice. Okay. So in the day one, yesterday I said, irrespective of your experience, whether you're fresher or you're 10 years or 15 years guy, okay, put practice, start practice. Then only you will understand this programming language. Trust me, guys, 200% these 10 hours will help you. In your resume, Python programming language you can mention. So you can send a mail, sir. And whoever joined today, okay, so here I mentioned I'm going to provide this one a link to you. So who already fill the form, not required. Whoever not fill the form, you can fill the form so that I can get your email ID. Okay, I can get your email ID and I can provide to that. So what we are going to discuss tomorrow? Okay, so tomorrow we are going to discuss about identifiers. Okay, what is identifiers? What are the rules of identifiers? And variables related. Okay, variables related. What is the variable? What is the purpose of variable? How to declare a variable? What are the rules while declaring a variables? Okay, multiple variables we can declare at a time. So in the C language we cannot declare, but Python we can declare multiple variables at a time. How to do this one? So all those things I will explain in my tomorrow session. Okay, I will share this recording to you. Don't worry.
Okay.